So this next segment, what? This next story I think can be filed under declining Empire Watch. Sesame Street, which, always tries to keep up with the times, and they'll do stuff like they switched Cookie Monster from cookies to apples, and they try to teach kids
Is
about...
he Apple Monster now?
Well, he eats fruit now, not just cookies.
Aw.
It's very cute.
I didn't know that.
And they'll do really cool things. Like they had a character who's poor, so they talked about stuff like food insecurity and stuff like that.
Do you want to know what I would do if I was Apple Monster?
What's that?
I'd be like, apples! Apples. And I'd just make that.
That's not a good lesson to teach little kids.
Nothing makes me more mad than when I go to Allison, I'm hungry, I want to order food. And she goes, are you hungry enough to eat an apple? And I want to throw the apple at your head. No, I'm not. Because apples suck.
Well, you're also slightly allergic to apples.
They make my gums itch.
Which is super weird. Super weird.
I think it's the skin.
I don't fully believe you.
If you would cut up the apples for me and put almond butter on it, I'd like it.
I could do that, or I could do nothing.
I know.
So, Sesame Street, again, in keeping with the times, is going to teach kids about America's incarceration epidemic.
Whoa.
In a segment called My Dad's in Jail.
Shit.
So this is from Reason. Nearly 7 million people are under correctional supervision in the United States. More than 2 million of them are in jail or prison. If you want to know what those numbers mean for the American family, consider this. The makers of Sesame Street decided to design and release an educational kit titled Little Children, Big Challenges, Incarceration. The kit is an educational outreach initiative for families with children ages 3 to 8 who are coping with parents' incarceration. Can you imagine telling a 5-year-old about prison? Quote, our resources, says Sesame Streeters, provide talking points and tools to help families manage the changes resulting from this situation and to find comfort in one another. So then you see the bullet points and it's like heartbreaking. But again, this is Sesame Street trying to do a good thing where they're like recognizing there's a challenge and they're like, here's how we can talk to kids.
I was so scared that Sesame Street was the one who did something wrong in this story, and I was like, I don't want to hear it.
But listen to this. So let your child know what to expect during everyday activities. Tell her who will take her to school and who will pick her up. Provide your child with a comfort item to keep during the day, such as a paper heart or family photo. Ask your children questions to help her open up. You might notice a negative behavior and say, did something happen today that made you feel sad? More tips. Let your child know that the incarceration is not his fault. Let him know he's not alone. And here are tips for preserving a relationship between an incarcerated parent and child. Phone calls are a great way to keep in touch. Help your child think of things to tell her parent. Give her a picture of the parent to hold during the call. Use pen and paper to write letters. If your child can't yet write, ask her to tell you what to write. She can draw pictures to go with the words. Televisiting can be helpful for some children. Sharing an everyday routine, such as story time during your televisit, is a great way to be together. Like, how fucking sick is that?
So
now, again, not Sesame Street, but the fact that we have this society where it's like, these kids, ages 3 to 8, this is the advice. And it's like, these communities are being destroyed. And Sesame Street recognizes that and is like, we have to do something or these kids are going to be like permanently traumatized from this.
Right.